Let's go to the next step here. We're going to go into the lesson real quick here. I've said it in the past that the internet is really a two-edged sword, right? And I'm going to just go into this for about 30 minutes and then we can wrap up. And after that, we'll open this up for questions, okay? 30 minutes to an hour max. The internet is a two-edged sword. Wah, 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 666. Abagada ha wah, which is the sixth letter. www, 666, right? So, they needed a web in place. A web is to capture. They needed a web in place so that they could implement the mark of the beast. How can you have the whole earth under one fiscal financial system in which they would buy or sell? It would be impossible to do this without one hub in which everyone would operate with. Alright? So the one hub with the internet is the beast. That's a computer in Belgium which was created years ago that they link all the web to. Alright? And with this they're going to connect the spending system in which you cannot buy or sell. We went through that countless amount of times, but that's not the point. When I say a two-edged sword, in a way it's been used against them, because it tells you in the prophecy of Daniel that at the very end, knowledge would increase. It tells us that knowledge would increase. Now, before the internet, if you wanted knowledge, you would need to do what? You would need to join an institution, buy yourself encyclopedias, buy all these books and all this information, and then study for about 10 years of your life. Now, what we're saying here is, for what it would take you 10 years to get, you can get in 2 days. You can go to Wikipedia and have yourself an encyclopedia, every encyclopedia you can name, and up to date. When a regular, I know I had a regular set of encyclopedias, a good set, will cost you well over $1,500. Every pseudepigrapha book, everything that the elite is planning, all the secret documents, the learned elders of Zion, on and on and on, you can get on the internet. Now, that's a two-edged sword. It was for those who they can capture in the net, but on the other hand, it was used for an entirely specific purpose. For those who are in like mind to come together, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on. And for the elite powers, for them to identify those who would be against them at the very end, and have them come together and capture them in the web. But the point that I want to make about it is the knowledge that the Most High told Daniel would be revealed at the end. What knowledge was that? That's the piece I want to concentrate on. What knowledge would be revealed and released at the very end that was given to the prophet Daniel? Let's go to Daniel, the 12th chapter.
Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1.
And I'm going to see if you all are thinking up in here. Go ahead.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
There shall be time of trouble, greater than at any time in which there was a nation in this earth. Go ahead.
And at that time people shall be, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Even to that same time, go ahead.
And at that time,
thy people
shall be delivered.
At that time, Thy people shall be delivered. What people is the Most High speaking of right here? What people?
Israel.
The children of Israel, right? At that time, thy people shall be delivered. You see that? Read.
Everyone that shall be found written in the book.
But you must be written in the book. Now there's a book that's being written based on our actions in life. Now all of Israel is written in the book of life, but the Bible tell you, take heed that you're not blotted out. So when you're born, you're in the book. But your actions make it where your name stays or it totally fades out. Read.
Verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Those that be wise shall shine. Read.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
And those that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Giving you clear indications of those whom the Most High is speaking. Read.
Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
He said, but seal this information to the time of the end. Read.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So we're in the time in which that knowledge will be increased. But my question, and I'm going to go around the room, the knowledge of what? The knowledge of what?
History.
History. That's a little broad, but that's true.
Because it says.
But what in particular is the knowledge or history it's speaking of?
The word itself covers everything a little bit, but I'm thinking of a precept in my head in the book of Enoch where it says
Go ahead.
that books will be given to
Yeah.
the righteous and then there's
But with that information, they'll know what?
the truth.
Malachi 4 and what's it, 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Hosea 4 and 6.
So Hosea.
That's it. Go there. You go to Hosea 4 and 6 and Isaiah 5 and 13. And I need you to grab Jeremiah 17 and 5. And hold Daniel though. You got Daniel? All right, so what? Let me see Jeremiah. Read Hosea 4 and 6 for me. You can read it, Mark.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right? So what knowledge is the Most High's people destroyed for? What knowledge?
Knowing the God.
Huh?
Not knowing the God of Israel.
Okay, that's on. That's in the vein of it. But what knowledge? Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. What knowledge do we lack?
The knowledge of who we are.
The knowledge of who we are.
So,
The knowledge is going to show you.
I was going to say Isaiah 51.
Let's read Isaiah 51 and 1.
Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord, look unto the rock once you were his. You were once you, and the whole of the people once are did.
Yeah, but when it says knowledge shall increase, all those things are encompassed.
Yeah.
But the key point about this, when it says knowledge shall increase, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So that knowledge that our people lacks at the very end will be revealed according to the book of Daniel. People shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's the knowledge we lack. Who we are. You see that? So now the powers that be are speeding everything up. Because the more we become aware, the less time they have. This is not only a sign for us. Us awakening and they having nothing to do with it lets them know that that's a sign for them too. Because they didn't do anything to give us this. We had to scratch tooth and nail to get everything we're receiving. And then the Most High had to open up our eyes to receive the revelation that was being sent. So obviously what happened here, a seal had been released in the heavenly realm. So it says knowledge shall be increased. Read Hosea 4 and 6 again for me.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because we reject the knowledge. What does knowledge mean? To know. We've been living, but we haven't known too much. We don't know. We don't know who the Most High is. We don't know who Christ is. We don't know ourselves. And that's been the key thing that was used to keep us in bondage. Because if you know, now you can go to the law and compare it to the life you're living and say, well, something is wrong. I know this is not right. Because according to my law, according to what the Most High gave us here when we was a people, you couldn't enslave us from generation to generation. We're supposed to be released after 6 years. You understand? So you can't have a perpetual slavery if these people know they're Israel. And the whole system was set up based on the fact, based on our lack of knowledge. The whole system. So when these people began to awaken, it totally destabilizes the whole earth because the system was set up with us being ignorant in mind. You understand? Psychology is the greatest tool that has been used in our society. Psychology. It's what you would call, let's program an alternative reality in these people. Read it.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge,
I will also reject thee.
The Most High rejected us. So it's in the power's interest to do what? To keep the knowledge away from us. To keep the truth from us. It's in their interest. It's not in their interest to give us the truth. It's in their interest to teach us to go against our God. To go against the laws of ourselves. So when someone asks you, well, what importance is the law? Who cares about the law? That lets you know they are a perfect programmed slave.